Feminism is pure evil. Your whole life, you've been conditioned into believing that feminism is all about uplifting women, fighting for their rights, giving them true freedom. But this is a lie. What feminism is really doing, it's bringing down not only women, but men as well. It's making us all weaker. It's making the men compete with the women by making the women more masculine, the men more feminine. And when you do that, they can't work together anymore. And that is incredibly sad, and that's what feminism has done to our society. They've tricked not only you with this constant stream of propaganda that has been pushed on you before you even got to grade school, but your entire family. Everybody you know, if you went up and asked them if they supported feminism, they would say that I at least supported first and second wave feminism because it's far too controversial to say you don't. And we've been conditioned into believing that women and men, we should be treated the same in society. And that is just a lie, because we are not the same. We shouldn't be treated as the same group of people, as we are obviously not the same group of people. The entire point of feminism in all reality is to make the citizens more easily controllable. Now, when you have feminine people are obviously far easier to control and to push in certain directions and convince of things because they are submissive. And masculine people, it's hard to do that with, as they are leaders, they are thought provokers, they are the ones that lead movements against you when you start to push negative things. So when you can make everybody in society feminine, it's very easy to control those groups. And then even better, when you can make the women a little bit more masculine and the men far more feminine, you can make them start to compete with each other to bring each other down. And then you just have a society of sad people. And sad people don't actually care about issues. And then you can just give them whatever you want, basically. You can just feed them little bits of information and they'll just take it because they don't care anymore because you've broken them down so much by making them compete with as a guy with women or for women competing with men, the group that is supposed to be working with them to bring each other up. And we don't have that anymore. Thanks to 100 years of feminist propaganda. And this sounds like a wild conclusion at first, that feminism would be here just to control people. And then you start to look at the history of it. Feminism, throughout its history, it's been campaigned upon and funded by the Rockefeller family. Now, the Rockefellers, why would they want to push this agenda? It gives them control. It gives them and their fellow elitists more control over you. Because, as I said before, feminine people and broken people are easier to control. So they want to break society apart so that they can shape it into the mold that they wish it to be. Now, the feminist movement isn't all bad, however. I do think it's important for us to ask ourselves what positives has the feminist movement actually pushed over the last 100 years. The first thing that comes to my mind is it's helped with a lot of domestic violence that used to be a pretty big problem, and it's gotten better. It certainly has gotten better, and that is certainly part of what the feminists have done. I think it's wrong to hit your wife, it's wrong to hit your kids. You should never be doing that. And I would say the feminist movement is a big part of what has made that less socially acceptable. So that's great. That's a very good thing. But over 100 years, that is a very, like, compared to the other stuff feminism has done, it's a minute thing, right? Like, feminist movement, it's made men weak. It's made women unhappy. It's made men unhappy. It's destroyed our society. So, while yes, there are positives that have come from feminism, that doesn't make it any less evil, if we're going to be completely honest. Every bad group has done some kind of positive thing. I mean, even the Nazis did a few things that weren't all that awful. If we're being completely honest with ourselves, we can find a positive aspect out of every group in history. But it doesn't make them any less evil. Just like the Nazis have done some good things, they're still evil. And the feminist movement, it's done some good things, it is still evil because of how it's destroyed Western civilization as we know it. The men are so sad nowadays. Like, we have a serious depression problem because they can't find a good connection with a woman anymore because they've become so feminine, they haven't given women a reason to want to connect with them. And the women, they've been fed this idea of they need to sleep around to have freedom. And that's what true liberation is, being able to destroy your body and destroy your purity. And that is so sad. We should not be pushing this on our young girls. That is a terrible message to be spreading. That is a net negative for our society as a whole. Feminism is evil, and we need to stop pretending otherwise. We need to start taking back our country, and we have to be honest with ourselves if we're going to do this. This take, nobody will go out and say it out loud because they are too scared of the backlash they're going to get because it's been so heavily propagandized throughout our history. We can't stop or excuse me, we have to stop being like, well, third wave feminism, that's the problem. First and second wave, though, those were great. I would have totally supported that. No, that's bad. It's a slippery slope. It will end up in third wave feminism. It's going to come in the waves that we've seen it no matter what. You can see the history building up to this point from the very beginning of the movement. We can already see negativities from it. Women should not be going out into the workforce. They should be staying at home taking care of their kids. That is best for not only does that make women happiest according to surveys done, but it makes marriages, it makes those last longer. It decreases the chance of divorce. The kids skyrocket in abilities, so they become far superior to their peers in school, and they turn out better generally. Less criminals in the two-parent homes, especially when the mother stays at home. It's better for the entire community as a whole, not just the kids, but the mother as well. She will be happier if she is told that role will make her happier, because that is her true nature, and we should tell people to embrace their true nature instead of going against it, because that is what makes people depressed. Men, their minds have been destroyed because of all this. As I said before, we've been made into weak and feminine, and we haven't given women a reason to be attracted to us anymore. And it's really sad to see your brothers becoming lonely and not knowing how to take care of themselves and be successful and just giving up en masse. We see mass suicide in male spaces nowadays just because they have become so incredibly lonely. But if we can bring traditional values back, marriages, they will last longer, higher success rate in marriage. You'll see happier kids, better, well adjusted kids, I should say, and happier men, happier women. Everything was better before feminism, if we're being honest with ourselves. So we need to stop perpetuating this lie that feminism is great, or it was once great anyways. That's all I have in this one, though. It was a little bit more of a controversial video, I'd say, but hey, I've never shied away from controversy. You all should know that by now. But this has been Strange Investigations. I have been the one and only Ron Swanson, signing off once again. So long, peace out, and God bless y'all.